Scyther has proven to be a bit of a headache when it comes to planning these runs. It has the same base stat total as Sizzle, which means it's just as strong as its evolution. Now the solution to this is to run the line 3 times. Today we're going to be starting off with Scyther only, we'll run Scyther into Sizzle a little bit later, and we'll finish off with Sizzle only. There's absolutely no sense in beating around the bush with this run. We're going to be getting a very quick time. Primeape is currently sitting in 10th place with a 127.48, and I think even with the worst luck in the world, Scyther will absolutely demolish that time. We have an awful lot going in our favour in this run. We've got high speed, we've got high attack, we've got a good learn set, and we learn Swords Dance. So the question is, how high up the top 10 are we going to get? We're going to find out together over the next 25 to 30 minutes or so, and we'll start off by looking at Scyther's stats. As always, we start off at level 5, and this time we've got 22 HP. We're holding a berry and our 2 moves at the moment are Quick Attack and Leer. We've got 16 in attack, 13 in defense, 11 in special attack, 14 in special defense, and 16 in speed. As you can see, our highest stats are attack and speed, and that's exactly what we need to get through this run. If we've got high attack and high speed, we can get through almost anything. We'll start off with our very first encounter, and that's a wild level 2 Pidgey. Just a pair of quick attacks knocks it out, and we can make our way towards Mr. Pokemon's house. While we're having a little chat with Mr. Pokemon, I just want to say thank you to everybody for your very kind words since I posted the Primeape run. It was a tricky couple of months for me, but I am very much through the other side. I'm feeling much more positive. And also a very big thank you to everybody who's subscribed. We've just crossed 6,500 subscribers. Those are numbers that I couldn't even have dreamt of when I started the channel back in August 2022. And I am grateful to each and every one of you who has clicked that subscribe button. But anyway, these runs aren't about me at all, they're about the Pokemon we're running. As you can see, Scyther easily decimated the first rival battle. We'll go into Elm's lab and we will rename the rival triple ? As we always do, and we'll start making our way towards Violet City. Our Bug and Flying type means it's going to make sense to go into the Sprout Tower first. Not only are we weak to Falkner's Flying type, we quad resist Bellsprout's Vine Whip. So the Sprout Tower really is just a lot of free experience. And of course at the tippy top of the tower we encounter Elderly. Elderly has a pair of Bellsprouts and a Hootsoots for us to contend with, and it's against Elderly we grow to level 12. At level 12 we learn Pursuit. That is a Dark type move that will use our special attack, but that is enough for us to get through Rival 2 a little bit later on. We take care of Elderly with no issues whatsoever, we obtain the Flash HM, we pick up the Escape Rope, and we head straight into our first gym together. This is Falkner's Flying type gym, and he's going to lead with Pidgey. Now Pidgey doesn't have a Flying type move, so it's no issue at all for us. We survive on 40 HP as the Pidgeotto comes out. It's a 3-shot against the Pidgeotto, and Gus takes us down into the yellow. Our berry kicks in to keep us deep into the green as we obtain the Zephyr badge in a time of 7 minutes and 8 seconds. And that time is very, very quick, especially considering we've already done Sprout Tower. Let's see if we can keep this up as we head towards Azalea Town. We'll grab the Paralysed Cure Berry just on the tree south of Violet City, and then it's into Union Cave to pick up the Swift TM. Swift is going to be a nice 20 base power increase to our normal type moves. We're going to get rid of Focus Energy because I don't like relying on crits, and with our base speed I can't see any situation where Quick Attack is going to be the better move. And now it's time to go into the Ilex Forest to welcome the HM friends to the team. The first HM friend to show their face today is Psyduck. Psyduck's going to be helping us out with Surf, Strength, Whirlpool and Waterfall, and that means the second HM friend will be Paris. Now quite often the struggle with the HM friends is finding the right wild encounter. The struggle this time was getting any wild encounters whatsoever. We do eventually find a Paris though, and Paris will be helping us out with Cut, Flash, Dig, and if we need it later, Sweet Scent as well. With both of the HM friends in the party, we can make our way into our second gym together. This is Bugsy's Bug-type gym. His ace is a Scyther just like ours, but he leads with Metapod. It's 2 shots on the Metapod as String Shot slows us down a little bit, and here comes Kakuna. Again, 2 shots on the Kakuna with Swift, and we are on to Scyther versus Scyther. The speed drop from earlier means that we are slower than Bugsy's Scyther, but that doesn't really matter. It takes just 3 hits to knock his Scyther out, and we obtain the Hive badge in a time of 13 minutes and 39 seconds. We can't celebrate for too long though, the dreaded Rival 2 is just around the corner. He has been the undoing of many quick runs up until this point. Let's see how he treats us this time. He's going to lead with Garcia, and we have Pursuits just for this occasion. He licks us though and we get paralysed. We should still be able to get through this battle, mind you, because we have a lot of attack on our side. The Quilava's a two-shot, but his Ember critical hits us. It really is falling apart because now we're getting paraflinched by the Zubat and we have to take a reset. That was probably the worst luck we could have got at Rival 2. On our first reset, we get a lot of time wasted by the Ghastly sending us to sleep, but I'd rather have that than be paralysed. We're through the Ghastly and it's back onto Quilava. Swift is still a two-shot and we don't get burned by Ember, and now we're on 42 HP for the Zubat. It's not quite a one-shot on the Zubat, that was a range, which was very frustrating, but we get through in our second turn and our second attempt at Rival 2, and we go into the Ilex Forest at just under the 15-minute mark. In the Ilex Forest there are a couple of bits to pick up. We'll get cuts so that we can get through that pesky tree, and we're also going to get Headbutt. I was talking with another Gen 2 runner earlier this week, and we both agreed that Headbutt is ridiculously overpowered for this point in the run. However, it is a move that's available to us, so we're absolutely going to be teaching it. It's goodbye to Quick Attack, our speed is high enough, and now we have a base 60 and a base 70 move on our learn set. I decided to teach Fury Cutter at this point as well, just in case we need a little bit of coverage. I was thinking specifically for the Kimono girls there, but as you'll see later on, we don't actually need it. In the meantime, we'll grab Abra from Route 34 and put them on the team with the rest of the HM friends. Abra's going to be helping us out with teleport, and we'll make our way into the bike shop to get the bike. We absolutely need the bike to get down Cycling Road a little bit later on, and we'll practice our cycling skills while we obtain Kenya. Kenya's going to be helping us out with Fly, and along with Abra, they are our movements HM friends. We'll grab Dig from the National Park and teach it to Paris. We'll have a little chat with Floria, and now we can make our way back to Goldenrod City. And we're heading into a gym that actually poses a little bit of a threat. It's Whitney's normal type gym, and she leads with Clefairy. Clefairy won't be an issue, it's just 2 shots, but we are 4 times weak to rollout. As it happens though, we don't need to worry because we flinch the cow, we knock it out in 3 shots, and our next badge is acquired in a time of 20 minutes and 18 seconds. So let's now leave Goldenrod City, Squirt's bottle in hand, and start making our way towards Ecruteak City. We annoy the tree to get it out of the way, and then we're going to make a fleeting visit in Ecruteak City. Our first destination is going to be Olivine City and the Lighthouse. We'll grab the Minceberry en route there, and also the Nugget so we can sell it for vitamins a little bit later on. And then when we're in Olivine City, we might as well pick up Strength at the same time. I always grab Strength as the very first thing I do in Olivine City, otherwise there's a chance I might forget it. We'll ascend to the tippy top of the lighthouse, have a little chat with Jazz, we'll grab the rare candy, and we'll make our way back to Ecruteak City. We've got the Kimono girls to contend with, and we are going to be weak against the Jolteon, or we would have been, but we one-shot it. We grow to level 30, and at level 30 we get the option to learn Wing Attack. Wing Attack is a very nice stab move. It's going to be base 90 power incorporating stab, and that is going to be our strongest move at this point in the run. We'll get Surf off the man staring at the stage, and we'll cycle east towards the Lake of Rage. Now, much like the Blissey run, our hidden power type this time is going to be Fire. We're targeting the exact same Pokemon as well. We've got the Rivals Magnemite to deal with, and we've also got Jasmine a little bit later on. And even though Special Attack is our weaker attacking stat, all the Pokemon we're targeting have very weak special defense, so it makes sense to go with Fire over Ground. And we're going to test out Hidden Power Fire right now in this battle because it's the 3rd rival battle of 5. He leads with Haunter, and a Wing Attack is more than enough to knock it out in 1. Here comes Magnemite, and Hidden Power Fire makes very light work of it. The next Pokemon is Quilava, and Hidden Power Fire is going to be terrible against it, but Wing Attack is perfect. We'll finish off the Zubat with a Wing Attack as well, and it was 4 one-shots for 4 Pokemon to defeat Rival 3. We fall through the floor, we release the beasts, and we can start getting preps for our 4th gym together. And that 4th gym, of course, is Morty's Ghost and Poison Dual-Type Spectacular. He's the gym leader with the longest intro and the biggest amount of frustration if we take a reset there, so we'll just have to make sure we get through on our very first try. The first Ghastly is no issue, it's a simple one-shot with Wing Attack, and here comes the Cursing Haunter. Wing Attack is another one-shot, and it's also a one-shot on the Gengar. This is a foregone conclusion from here. His level 23 Haunter can do nothing, and we obtain the Fog Badge in 30 minutes and 18 seconds. That is ludicrous considering we've already done Hidden Power and the Lighthouse. That means we can go straight over to Cianwood City. In Cianwood City there is one thing we need to do before taking on the gym, and that's obtain the Secret Potion. We're not going to be Secret Potioning our Scyther, but you never know, Jasmine later might be Secret Potioning her Steelix. We can't think about that at the moment though, we've got Chuck to contend with. He is our 5th gym leader together, he's a fighting type leader, and he is pathetic in this run. One shot on the Primate, one shot on the Poliwrath. Thank you, Chuck, give me the badge. Storm badge in a time of 32 minutes and 11 seconds. seconds. There was just 1 minute and 52 seconds between those two badges. Scyther really is excelling in this part of the run. We're going to get Fly from Chuck's wife, we'll fly to the Lake of Rage and we'll beat up a Gyarados while our Scyther is on the rampage. Scyther makes exceptionally light work of this Gyarados, taking just 2 shots to knock it out. We're almost at level 36 as we obtain the red scale. We'll have a chat with Lance, the liar with the flyers, but we're going to leave him hanging. We've got bits and bobs we need to pick up. We'll get the rare candy south of the daycare, we'll get the King's Rock from the man in the Slowpoke well, and then we'll take a trip to Goldenrod. In Goldenrod City we do have the rare candy and the nuggets south of the daycare, and we're going to sell those nuggets for more vitamins. We're going to make our Scyther as strong as possible. My vitamin choice this time was mainly protein, but I did get a few calcium as well to boost our special attack, and nothing happened in the Mahogany Underground. We pick up the Whirlpool HM from Lance, we'll dig our way out of there. And seeing as we're in the neighbourhood, we might as well take on Price's gym. This is another gym where we actually have a type disadvantage, but I can't see it being too much of an issue for us. Price leads with Seal, that non-ice type, and we get rid of it in one shot, and here comes the Dugong. Aurora Beam hurts quite hard, but we're still on 81 HP as we knock it out, and Piloswine's only ice type move is inaccurate. We flinch it on turn 1 and we finish it off with a wing attack, so we don't even need to worry about Blizzard, and we obtain the Glacier badge in 38 minutes and 24 seconds. We get the Icy Wind TM, which we'll sell for vitamins later on as well, but for now it's back to Olivine City. We're going to ascend to the tippy top of the lighthouse where Jasmine is waiting for us. We very reluctantly hand over the secret potion because she refuses to battle with us if we don't. Instead of giving it to Amphi, she puts it straight into her handbag, blinds us with a torch, and we're gonna have to give chase. And when we do catch up with her, she ambushes us with a gym battle. This is Jasmine, the 7th gym leader of 16 in this run, and she leads with a pair of Magnemites. Hidden Power Fire is easily a one-shot on both of the Magnemites. We grow to level 39, and here comes Steelix. We use Hidden Power to take it deep into the yellow. She doesn't heal, so it's 2 shots to knock it out. And we have defeated Jasmine in a time of 39 minutes and 36 seconds. Let's now make our way towards Blackthorn City. This is where the Generation 2 games diverge from their Gen 4 remake counterparts. You can get to Blackthorn City straight away after getting 7 gym badges, instead of having to wait until you've done the Rocket Radio Tower. That means you get access to an extra protein, and that can tip some of the battles from being a 2-shot into a 1-shot. But now that we're back in Goldenrod City, we're going to go back into the Pokemon and we're going to pick up Return. Return's going to be very useful on the learn sets, being our highest normal power move of this entire run, and we'll be testing out a little bit later on. But first, we've got some rockets to beat up, and at the tippy top of the radio tower, we battle the Executive. We knock out all his coughing and his wheezing, and we get the option to learn Swords Dance. That's going to be replacing Slash, and honestly, Swords Dance is just a big win button. We can get through pretty much any battle now as long as we can set up beforehand. Fortunately for us, we don't need Swords Dance against the 4th rival battle. We do range the Golbats, but he'll go straight into Wing Attack because it's super effective. That brings us onto the Magnemite, which is a simple one-shot with Hidden Power Fire. It's going to be a simple Wing Attack against the Quilava to knock it out. Here comes Haunter, and another Wing Attack is all we need, and that just leaves Sneasel left to go. Sneasel, like the rest of his party, doesn't put up any resistance at all. We knock it out and we're through the rival in 46 minutes and 6 seconds. We get to the top of the radio tower where we're going to be given the pink bow from Marie to boost our normal type moves. And then we're also going to head downstairs to the very bottom floor of the radio tower and pick up the radio card. There's no sense in getting stuck in Kanto, especially when you're on that timer. But now that we're out of the radio tower, we can go back to Blackthorn City and face our 8th and final Jotonian gym leader together. This one, of course, is Claire. She is a Dragon-type specialist, and she's going to lead with 3 pesky Dragonair. Returns a one-shot even without Swords Dance against all 3 of these Dragonairs, so we know we're in for a very easy time in this gym battle. All 3 of the Dragonair go down, and that just leaves Kingdra left to go. We get the option to learn Double Team, which we decline because we don't really like using evasion increasing moves. We use a Wing Attack to take a roughly half HP off it, we use another Return to finish it off, and we get through Claire without setting up and without her healing. The Rising Badge is our final Jotonian badge in a time of 53 minutes and 11 seconds, and we really are on a very quick pace. I decided to pick up the rare candy just east of New Bark Town, but I'm going to be skipping a lot of rare candies from now on. Honestly, Scyther doesn't need them, and we need to save all the time we can. And let's see if we can make up some more time now by taking on the 5th and final rival battle. He's going to lead with Sneasel this time, and Swords Dance is just the trick against Sneasel because we can set up without it hurting us much at all. Then we've got Golbat, who we didn't one-shot last time, but we rectify that on this occasion. We've still got Hidden Power 5 for the Magneton, but I decide to flex with Return even though it's resisted. Return makes light work of the Typhlosion, and suddenly he's only got 2 Pokemon left to go. We swap to Wing Attack for the Haunter because Return will do absolutely nothing, and we stick with Wing Attack for the Kadabra. Another very simple rival battle. Our in-battle attack got very high there, and he stood absolutely no chance. And with that, we're at the Pokémon League, so we're going to heal up our Scyther whether we need it or not, and we'll say thank you to the HM friends. So it's thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, and to Paris. You've all been a great help in the Johto region. Get some well-deserved rest as Scyther takes its time to shine. Before we go into the league, of course, we'll have a look at our stats, and we're starting at level 51 with 152 HP. We've got Return, Hidden Power Fire, Sword Stance, and Wing Attack on our Learn set this time, and we're holding the pink bow. We've got 152 in attack, 120 in defense, 97 in special attack, 122 in special defense, and 148 in speed. We've got very good stats all round, but our attack and speed are phenomenal. And we'll see how we get on against the league now with our first league member, Will. He's the Psychic type specialist who led with a Xatu that's already fainted, and so has his Jinx. His third Pokemon is Xatu number 2, and that goes down straight away as well. And that just leaves Exeggutor and Slowbro left to go. It's a one-shot on the Exeggutor, and here comes the Slowbro. And this battle's going even too quickly for me to talk over it. We've knocked out all of Will's Pokemon, and we threw him at a time of 57 minutes and 56 seconds. Let's see what Koga's got in store for us. He leads with Ariados. Ariados is a one-shot with Wing Attack because it's super effective, so he sends out Crobat second. We decide to risk it for a biscuit and use a Sword Stance, and it pays off because Return hits through the double team. Venomoth is a simple one-shot with Return as well, and we don't get the super effective text. We can swap to Hidden Power Fire for the Fortress, even though that's not boosted, it's still a simple one hit. Return makes very, very light work of the Muck with a nasty critical hits for Koga there. And with that, we're through Koga already. Let's see what Bruno has in store for us. Will he be the league member to slow us down? Let's find out. We start off with a Sword Stance against the Hitmontop because the only thing it can do is quick attack us, and that barely tickles us at all. That means we can get our attack all the way up to 711 in battle. That means that the Hitmontop's a one-shot, so is the Onix, and all the rest of them are fighting types. So if we did need a super effective move, we do have Wing Attack, however Return is just gonna sweep. All 5 of Bruno's Pokemon go down in a single hit, and we're through Bruno in a time of 59 minutes and 7 seconds. Right, Karen, do your worst. Are you going to be the one to put a halt to Scyther's momentum? We start off with a Sword Stance against the Scumbrion and knock it out with a Return, and then we're on to the Houndoom. She sees the Fire type on the Houndoom, but it's no use for Houndoom. We're too fast and she is too weak. We swap to Wing Attack for the Gengar, and that's a simple one-shot. We've got Murkrow coming up next. Murkrow doesn't have the greatest defences, so it gets knocked out as well, and Vileplume can do nothing either. That's the Pokémon League defeated in 59 minutes and 47 seconds. There's only one thing now between us and the Hall of Fame, and that is Lance, the liar with the flyers, who's going to lead with Gyarados. Now, Gyarados is the perfect Pokémon to set up against because he uses Rain Dance on turn 1, and Surf really doesn't do too much damage at all against us. We set up a couple of Sword Stances, and now get your brooms ready. It is, in fact, time to sweep. Goodbye Gyarados and goodbye Dragonite number 1, and it's goodbye to Dragonite number 2 as well. That just leaves 3 Pokemon left to go. We've got the Scarodactyl, and even though that's a Rock-type, Return makes mincemeat of it. 2 Pokemon left now, the Charizard puts up nothing, and that just leaves his ace level 50 Dragonite. We say goodbye to that one as well, and we are through Lance on our first attempt in a time of 1 hour and 37 seconds. This really is speeding up. Now that we've got Sword Dance, there's nothing that can stop Scyther. Our league time of 1 hour and 52 seconds means that we are currently in 3rd on the leaderboard. But this is only half of the story. We've got another 8 gym badges plus the red fight left to come, so don't you dare go anywhere. Kanto is next. And we're back, where it all began outside our home in Newbark Town, and Professor Elm has a little phone call for us. We've got to check ourselves out in the mirror first, but he's going to give us the SS ticket. That will let us get to Kanto, and we're going to be trying to rush our way straight away over there. There's no need to pick up many more rare candies, so we're just going to retrieve the HM friends. So it's a warm welcome back to Kenya, Abra, Psyduck and Paris, and a quick flight to Olivine City to get the boat. And once we're off the other side of the boat, we'll end up in Vermilion City. And the first thing we're going to do in Kanto is pick up that rare candy from the chairman of the Pokemon fan club. This rare candy's practically on our doorstep, so we might as well pick it up before taking on Lieutenant Surge. And now it's time to take on the gauntlet of Cantonium gym leaders. We're going to be trying to do this as fast as we we possibly can, and we're going to start off with Lieutenant Surge, the Electric-type leader. And we're at that point in the video now where we can just sit back, relax, watch the Cantonium gym leaders get beat up, and have a little bit of a chat. I wanted to talk to you about the plans for the redos. Thank you to everybody who gave feedback in the comments. It really was a 50-50 split between streams and videos. So I have decided what we're going to do is we're going to go through the runs in order. So we're going to start with the Corsola redo and work our way down the list once more. The Corsola redo stream has already happened by the time this video is out. I'm actually going to be playing it in about half an hour's time. And if you did miss that stream, please do check the channel. There's a live tab on the channel, and that's where all of the stream replays live. So if you haven't seen that and you want to, please do check that out. Or you can wait for the video. We're going to be doing highlight videos of every single redo that we do. They're going to be like the old Just the Battle series, so they're going to be very punchy and very nippy, straight to the point to see exactly how much improvement we can get out of each and every one of those Pokemon. That does mean we've got some absolute doozies coming up. We're going to have the Sunflora redo, we've got the Macago redo, we've got the Fortress redo, all coming up in the next couple of months. And then towards summer we've got Pokemon like Shuckle and Raichu to redo, and they are going to be very tricky runs, but I'm hoping that some strategizing will absolutely help out there. So I've got a little question for all of you again. I know I'm always full of them. Which Pokemon from the list do you think will get the best redo times? Where do you think the best improvement will come? I think it's pretty obvious that the first few Pokemon on the list are going to improve their times. It's just a fact because I've improved my gameplay, I know what I'm doing now, and I'm not completely winging it. If you would like to see a more detailed breakdown of all the challenge run times, in the description there's a link to a Google Docs spreadsheet that has all of them in one big long list. Included in that spreadsheet are all the Fire Red run times as well as all of the Just the Battle results, so it's a fully comprehensive list of all the pre-recorded videos we've ever done here together on the channel. And conversely, do you reckon there's any Pokemon there that I'll get a slower time with? We had an awful lot of luck with some of these past runs, and it's not guaranteed for improvement on every single one. For the final leaderboard, we're always going to take the better of the two times to make sure it's absolutely fair, because that is the quickest possible time I have done the run with that Pokemon. And one thing I'm absolutely going to be doing in these redos is altering my routing on the fly. We see it here with the Scyther, we don't need all the rare candies, so I'm not going to pick all of them up. Instead, I'm just going to get as many as I think we'll need to defeat Red, and then just risk it. We've already got a very good time with a lot of these Pokemon, so if we can shave off 20-30 seconds by not doing extra movements, even better. We'll have to see how it pans out for Scyther and see if that's a very good strategy or something incredibly foolish, but now let's rejoin the action. And we're rejoining just as we're having a little bit of a chat with Blue at the remnants of Cinnabar Island. He's telling us all about that pesky volcano that erupted, but we have no time to linger, we've got to go straight to our penultimate gym together. This is Blaine, the Fire-type leader of Cinnabar Gym, and he's going to be leading with Macago. The first two turns play out identically as it's Swords Dance for Scyther and Curse for Macago. We then start using Return against the Macago and it's 2 shots to knock it out. We take a lot of damage from a Rock Slide, but it's 2 one-shots from here on the Bumhead Fire Duck and the Rapidash. And that means we're through Blaine in a time of 1 hour 13 minutes and 14 seconds. And that just leaves one gym leader left to go. It is Blue, the Mixed-type specialist of Viridian City, and he leads with Pidgeot. Pidgeot's quite dangerous because it has Mirror Move to mirror our Swords Dance, and it also has Wing Attack, so we need to be very careful and only Swords Dance as much as we need to. Then he brings out the Rhydon, and we've got Steel Wing to knock that out in one simple hit. And up next is Arcanine. Arcanine's a simple one-shot with Return, and he's only got 3 Pokemon left to go. The Gyarados won't put up any resistance at all because our in-battle attack is 641. Executor's going to be a one-shot even with Return, so we don't need Wing Attack. And that just leaves Alakazam left to go. We all know by now that Alakazam has virtually no defense whatsoever, so we're through Blue on our first try in 1 hour 14 minutes and 13 seconds. And with that, we've got just one fight left to go. It's the Red fight, and this might be the most important Red fight we've ever had on the channel. There is a chance to get top spots, but it is a very, very slim chance. All the way back at Rival 2, we had that atrocious luck, being paralysed, being flinched, and being locked into not being able to move. That wasted about a minute, and that minute could have meant all the difference, but we're still going to give it a go. This is Red, the final battle of the run, and he leads with Pikachu. Pikachu's pesky Thunder hits us and paralyses us. We hold a paralysed Cure Berry just in case, and we knock out the Pikachu in one shot after a Swords Dance. However, the Charizard is too strong, we don't one-shot it and we get knocked out. Let's use our first 3 rare candies and see what happens this time. We are relying on just one Thunder miss. We get the Charm miss, but Thunder hits again, and this time we're not paralysed, but we are in a very precarious position. We're back onto the Charizard, but this time we outspeed and we knock it out. We're only on 36 HP for the rest of this battle though. We go onto the Blastoise, Blizzard misses, and we are through that. Up next is this pesky Snorlax. We hit it with Return and we take it deep into the red, but Body Slam knocks us out. Let's use our final 3 rare candies. We're now at level 70. We just have to hope to get past this Pikachu. Pikachu really is the sticking point. It can charm us twice in a row like that, it can hit us with Thunder, it can paralyse us, and then it can hit us with Thunder again. I think Red's in cahoots with Jasmine here and sharing that secret potion around. There's nothing that we can do to stop this horrible little rat from hitting us. It doesn't matter what we do, that Pikachu is just not missing. We had every opportunity here to beat our best time, but Pikachu just kept landing that 70% Thunder. I got so annoyed at this run because we had everything in line for a perfect run where we got top spot and it just fell apart due to bad RNG. We're through the Pikachu this time and we're on 50 HP for the Charizard. We knock out the Charizard and up next is the Blastoise. Our increase in level means it's now a one-shot on the Blastoise and we're back onto that pesky body-slamming Snorlax. We use Return against it and this time we knock it out in a single hit. We get to see the final 2 Pokemon, which are of course Venusaur and Espeon. Venusaur's a one-shot, we outspeed the Espeon, we knock that out in 1 as well, and we are through red in time of 1 hour 17 minutes and 51 seconds. And that's enough to put us in 2nd place on the leaderboard. A very well-deserved 2nd place. On another day it might have been a 1st place, but still very respectable for a bug type in Gen 2. That knocks Ursaring down into 3rd place on the podium, and Pinsir is now in the page 1 drop zone. Primate's the new leader on page 2, and Ariados is now down in 50th place in the page 2 drop zone, and that 2nd place finish means we also have a new leader of page 3. Kingler's now down in 51st place, and still in last place is poor Shuckle. But don't worry Shuckle, I've got plans to record some runs that will give you company soon. But with that, we are done. So I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. If you've enjoyed this run, then please do leave a like. If you want to see more runs just like this, then click the subscribe button. Any feedback at all, leave it in the comments down below. And until next time, I'll say thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon.